So the teams for MCC 25 just got announced and they're kind of crazy. So in this video, I'll be going over the teams and my personal predictions about them. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy. First up, we have the Red Rabbits with Sapnap, Foolish, Ponk, and Goomy, with a Season 2 average of 8,216. Now, this team's actually really good, because you have Sapnap, who's the best Season 2 player, and then you have Foolish, who's a really good dodgeball player from what we've seen so far. And he has good potential. He is able to get top 15, and I think he can get top 12 this event if they get survival games and Sky Battle late. Ponk, oh, sorry, that was a burp, but Ponk is pretty good at, Sky Battle, and I think he has really good potential to do well in this MCC if he just follows Sapnap and if he communicates well. And Goomy, of course, is always great with Sapnap. Example, MCC 17 Red. Like, they weren't, they were supposed to do really well and they didn't, but I mean, they did pretty well. So I think they have really good chemistry together, and I think this team could go far. I'm going to say that they probably get like 4th or 5th, to be honest. I don't think they're going to Dodgebolt. But if they did, they would probably win because they have Foolish and Sapnap on the team. We're both really good with a bow. But right now, I'd probably have to put them like 5th or 4th, maybe even 6th. It really depends. If they get a Survival Games finale, probably be likely that they get the Dodgebolt, considering they have Sapnap on their team. But it's MCC and anything can happen. So right now, I'm going to leave them at 6th. Next up, we have the Orange OCElots with Hannah, XX Rose, AimZ, Velvet, and 5UP, with a Season 2 average of 7,914. Now, first of all, I did use Tubbo's average for Hannah because I still think they have very similar averages. I mean, so far Hannah's barely played, but I'm saying like they have very similar placements so far. And then AimZ, I used, I think, Yaks, and then Velvet, I used Bad Boy Halos, and then 5UP, I used 5UP. So yeah. It might be a little skewed. They might get a little bit over. It should be a little bit over 8,000, but right now I think 7,000 is a pretty fair number considering this is Velvet's first canon event, and we don't know how good Velvet's gonna do. But I think this team does have pretty decent pop-off potential. They remind me a lot of MCC 24 Green, with like 5UP being 5UP, Hannah being like Tap L, AimZ being like Pearl, or sorry, was it Pearl? No, it wasn't Pearl. Sorry, it was Gem, sorry, and then Velvet being like Ollie. So I think this team has pretty good potential to do well, but I don't think they're gonna do that well. I think they're gonna get like what Green 24 got, and what they get 9th. So I'd probably put them in the bottom 5 teams. But since Hannah's on the team, and Hannah should get top 10 this event because she's gonna improve. I think she has that. What Purpled had, where Purpled was 15th and then got top 5. I don't think Hannah will get top 5 just because there's a lot of good players in this event. I think a lot more players can get top 5 right now. But I mean, Hannah could get top 5 in this event. We don't have Dream in the event. We don't have George. I mean, George doesn't get top 5 usually, but I mean, Hannah totally could. So, but right now, I'd probably put Hannah right in the top 10. 5UP can get in the top 10. And yeah, this team overall, I don't think is going to do great, but they do have some games that they're probably going to do really good at, like Santa Time, because AimZ and Hannah are absolutely cracked at Santa Time, and 5UP is definitely one of the better Santa Time players. So I think this team could do really well at Santa Time. Hope they do. Sky Battle could be a really good game for this team, like MCC 24 Green, because Hannah's really cracked at that game, and I think Hannah, the second time around, will be really good at Sky Battle. So yeah. Right now, I'm going to put this team in like 8th or 9th, but I'm not saying they're bad at all because they're not. They're a really, really pop-up potential team that they just need Sky Battle and Sands late. Hopefully they get that. Good team, though. Next up, we have the Yellow Yaks with Puns, Anfrost, Shovel, and Blushy with a Season 2 average of 8,292. Now, this team's actually one of the more interesting teams in the event because you have Puns and Anfrost, who are 2 really good leaders, and I don't know who's going to be the really headstrong leader here. I would assume it'd be Puns because he's the S tier here. But, I mean, Anfrost has been showing great leadership lately in his MCC teams. So, I mean, it really can be a 50-50. What I think is going to happen, and what I think a lot of people are going to think is going to happen as well, is that Puns is going to take control of the PvP games, Battle Box, Survival Games, and Sky Battle, if all 3 of them are played, which is probably unlikely. And then Anfrost will take more of the, team-based games like Santa Time, probably Build Mart if that's played, and then a couple other of the team games, like definitely Grid Runners. And then if Ace Race is played, Punz is going to do really well at that, so he'll probably also take control of that. So yeah, it's going to be more of a 50-50 leadership role, and then you have Shovel and Blushy, who are two amazing pop-off potential players. Blushy's cracked at Tikatio side, and Shovel's cracked at Dodgebolt, and really any game she wants to be cracked at, she can be. So it's just like this team's amazing and has all the potential in the world to do amazing. And I think they're going to get second. I don't think they're going to get first. I think another team's going to get first, but I think they can strongly get top 3. I really hope they do get top 2, though. This team's awesome. Next up, we have the Llamas with Pizza Hut, Captain Sparkles, and Venom in Solidarity, with a Season 2 average of 8,068. Now, first up, they actually gave Pete a really well-rounded team. Not saying his other teams weren't amazing, but this team is decently well-rounded, and I think they can do really well. I think Pete can lead this team pretty far. I did use Connor Eats Pants' average for Ant Venom because I still don't have Ant Venom's full average yet. So after in 2 events, I'll be able to use Ant Venoms. But right now, I'm using Connor for Ants, which is about 1,300 something, 1,103, I don't know, something like that. So it might be a smidge lower than it should be, but I think it's kind of around where it is. And also, it's interesting. I think we've probably definitely gone the Pizza Hut and Captain Sparkles duo before, right? Because they played so long together in MCC. They probably have teamed multiple times before. I just can't think of a team they've teamed on before off the top of my head. But I mean, it's interesting because Captain hasn't been the second best player on our team for a while. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. I think Ants can definitely improve a lot this event, and I think he will. And I think Jimmy is going to do better than he's been doing in the past couple of events because of the great team that's surrounding him right here. So I think this team can place decently high. I think they're probably going to get 7th. I think 7th is a pretty realistic place for this team. But if they end up getting like the perfect game order and Ant ends up actually improving a ton, I think this team could go pretty far. Right now, I'm going to put them in 7th. Next up, we have the Green Geckos with Smallish Beans, JoJo Solos, Good Time to Scar, and CPK, with a Season 2 average of 8,749. Now, this team is the best team by far. This team's absolutely cracked. You have JoJo and CPK, 2 of the most competitive people in all of MCC right now, and both have potential to get top 5. And you have Joel, who's also really competitive when he's on a competitive team like this, and has potential to get top 15 because he's been doing that a lot lately. And then you have Scar, who's just Scar and is able to get top 30 on a cracked team like this 100% because Scar's just that good, man. So yeah, I think this team's going to do really well, and then they should get first. I don't want to jinx it, but I think they're going to get first by a long shot, to be honest. They're going to dominate in a lot of games, mostly PvP, but then movement they're also insane at because JoJo and CPK are too. CPK is pretty underrated at to get to your side, and JoJo's amazing at to get to your side. So this team is actually just all around amazing. Joel is going to do really well in Build Mart if that gets played. Same with Scar. They're going to do great in Sky Battle because this team's going to probably dominate Sky Battle. Survival games they could do really well in unless they get, pinched by another team and then they lose communication. I guess the survival games finale is the only thing that this team could really fall, underperforming a survival games finale just because the communication might be bad with this team in survival games just because it's so stressful. So yeah, that's the only thing I would say is the flaw for this team. Other than that, really they're good at really any other game. So yeah. This team's going to dominate, and they're going to get first. This is a great team, man. Next up, we have the Cyan Coyotes with H-Bomb, Tubbo, Kara, and Zeus, with a Season 2 average of 7,358. Now, this pivoting into an actual other cracked team, because this team, along with Green, is also really well-rounded. Kara is able to do really well in these kinds of teams. Zeus has been doing amazing lately, and probably can get top 15 on this team. And Tubbo, let's go into H-Bomb. H-Bomb is going to get probably top 10 on this team if they want to do really well, and H wants to go back to Dodgeball, which he totally can with this kind of team. It really all depends on Tubbo. I think Tubbo is going to do good with this team. Hopefully. He's not with any of his friends like he was last MCC, where he's with Tommy and Jack, but he is with H, so hopefully he does what he did last MCC and get like 15th, I think he got. So I hope he's able to do that, and then I hope Zeus is able to get around like 18th, which I think he can, and then Kara will definitely get around like 22nd. H will probably get like around like I know he won't get first again, like unless this team gets absolutely whatever, and then like say the time comes around in the finale, there's really no other way H-Bomb gets first. So H-Bomb will probably get like 8th, I want to say, probably anywhere in between 8th and like 5th. And yeah, this team can do really, really well, and I think they have potential to do that. But right now, I kind of want to put them in. I'm gonna put them in 3rd right now. I don't think they're gonna get to Dodgebolt, but I think they can do really well. So I'm gonna put them in 3rd. Let me know what you think of this team in the comments down below. This one's really interesting. Next up, we have the Aqua Axolotls with Purpled, Rambo, Jack Manifold, and Snifferish, with a Season 2 average of 8,226. Now, this team's cool because we see the return of Purple Boo, aka Purple and Rambo duo, which did not as well as people thought they were going to do last time, but this hopefully will be their redemption arc, along with Jack Manifold and Sniff. So this team is 3/4 Misfits. I think Jack is Jack part Misfits? I don't know if he is. Let me know down below, because I think he is, because he's in a lot of like their videos and challenges. He might not be, but I think this team is either 3/4 or 2/4 Misfits. But anyways, this team has potential to do as well as what any team in this event, or as worse as MCC 24 Red. To be honest, this team is very, very similar to MCC 24 Red. I just don't know, man. I put him in 2nd last time. But this team, I think, is going to do slightly better or slightly worse. I don't know. I think this team could get 8th. I don't know, because like I don't think this team's going to get 4th. They might get 5th. Did they put Iron? I don't know if I already put a team at 5th. It's whatever. I'll put this team at 5th right now. I don't think they're going to do, great, but I don't think they're going to do terrible. So yeah, they're really all about Sky Battle needs to be played late, and they need a surrounding games finale. I feel like this team. Actually, no, they don't. They just need a really decent game where like MCC 23 Blue, where they were just popping off game after game after game and staying in first. That's what this team needs. They don't need a surrounding games finale. They just need that kind of rhythm where they're going game from game from game, getting top 3, which I don't think they will each game, but they could. You never know. You never know. Next up, we have the Blue Bats with Illumina, False Symmetry, Elena, and Pearl, with a Season 2 average of 7,980. Now, wow, they actually did it. They nerfed Illumina. I was not expecting this, but it's Illumina, and to be honest, I don't think he's ever really nerfed. I feel like that's kind of mean to say that he's nerfed, but like I don't know, man. Like it's really hard it's gonna be hard for Illumina to win or to lead his team in this event, just because of how tough the competition is and how his team is structured, because they're made around team-based games and not around, movements. I feel like they're more team-based than movements, and Illumina's all about movements. And he's good at PvP, like in survival games, but I don't think this team's going to want to play survival games, to be honest. They're going to rely on Grid Runners, Rocket Spleef Rush, and Sands of Time, probably. So yeah, they need all 3 of those games late, and they need to do really well in them if they want to get Dodgebolt. And I don't think they will, so I'm just going to say this team's either 9th or 10th. I don't really know right now. It might be a bad placement for them, but I don't know right now. Off the top of my head, I would probably put them in 9th, because I don't think they're the worst team here. But I don't know. They're not the best well-rounded team, I'll say that. Good team, though. Like, it's going to be a cool team to watch. Just, they're probably not going to get to Dodgebolt, no offense. Next up, we have the Purple Pandas with Fruitberries, Awesome Dude, Aerith, and Wisp, with a Season 2 average of 8,363. Now, this is my favorite team so far, and actually, it's my favorite team in the whole event, because I just love this team, man. You have Fruit, who's my favorite MCC player. You have Sam, who just loves being teamed to Fruit, man, because they're such a great duo. Then you have Aerith, who's awesome. Then you have Wisp, who's also awesome and hilarious. And this dude, I don't know if anyone else has made this comparison yet, because the team's only been out for like a day and a half now, but this team reminds me so much of MCC 19 Cerulean. You have Fruit and Sam, then you have Aerith, who's like Gumi, and then you have Wisp, who's like Rye Guy. Like, dude, this team is like basically a reincarnated version of Cerulean 19. This team is going to do, oh my gosh, man, this team is going to be amazing. I love this team so much. I think they can actually get to Dodgeball. If they get Cerulean's finale, they're going to repeat what Cerulean 19 did, man. They're going to do so well. I love this team so much. I am definitely being a Fruit simp right now, but Fruit's just that good, man. He's the best carry in all of MCC. Your team's down, you need a big game, and you need a guy who can lead you that way. Fruit's your guy. He's going to carry you like that, especially in a game like Ceruleans. He's going to do that. They're going to be nasty at Sky Battle, because Wisp is definitely amazing at Sky Battle. Sam is awesome at Sky Battle. Eret is not bad at all, and Fruit is top 3 Sky Battle player in the events, okay? So, like, yeah, this team's just all around amazing, and I think they're going to do really well. I'm going to put them in 4th right now, just because I think the 3 teams ahead of them are better statistically, but if they get the good game order and they're down, but they play survival games at Sky Battle late, they will make it to Dodgebolt. Guarantee. Just because of how good this team is at those 2 games. Let me know what you guys think of this one down below, because I might be a little bit biased. And last, but 100% certainly not least, we have the Pink Parrots. Probably people's favorite team in this entire event, with Green, Filza, Smager, and Wilbur Soot, with a Season 2 average of 8,286. I mean, it was bound to be announced, man, and here it is. We got Green and Wilbur, man. That's crazy. We got Socket Duo, dude. That's insane. That's actually crazy. I think Scott, for once, actually listened to people's cries about this duo, because first, he put the duo together. 2, he made it on the Pink Parrots, which is the team they were on in Pride 21 together. And then 3, he put himself on the team, which is probably because he heard all the cries about Sakadu, and he's like, hey, I should probably be on this team, just, because I think it'd be cool. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, Scott knew what was coming, and he gave us it. So, just all around amazing. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Man, this team is awesome. I don't think they're the best team. I think they're probably going to get 10th, no offense. I think they're going to do similar to the Pink Pensioners from last event, just because they don't. Or wait, no, was it last event? Yeah, it was last event, right? Yeah, it was. Should have been. Yeah, it was. Okay, Pink Pensioners was last event. Sorry, had a brain fart there. Anyways, this team doesn't really have a clear leader. They're kind of like. I mean, they could do well if they really wanted to. Like, if they wanted to prove everyone wrong, and Phil, he wants to be, like, the best player in all of MCC, he could be. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think they're just going to chill and have fun and joke around and make a bunch of memes and just have an all-around amazing, great time, which is awesome, man, because that's just what MCC's for. It's just have a great time playing Minecraft with your friends against people in a competitive way. I mean, that's what it's for, and that's what this team's probably going to do. So I respect it, but I'm gonna have to put him in 10th. This team's just awesome, man. Love it. And yeah, the average is actually pretty high considering this team, but I think it's just because Phil and Smager have been doing really well in Season 2. So yeah. Anyways, great team. Socket Duo, man, is back. And yeah, just amazing teams, man. This MCC is gonna be nuts. Alright, so that's going to do it for my MCC 25 team predictions. Click on one of these videos right here to keep watching my content. Anyways, peace.